Welcome everybody to the World of Ability Podcast Network. My name is Emily Gomer and a podcast engineer here. And I'm excited to bring you another episode of the World of Ability that was started the 4 years at the end of this month on the 30th anniversary of the passage of the ADA, or the Americans with Disabilities Act, by President Bush on July 26th, 1990. And so a little bit of my connection here is I have a diagnosis of autism, and I'm a part of the Autism Society of South Central Wisconsin, and been helping plan a adult autism conference for the last number of years. And so for the show, we're here every Saturday at 1:00 p.m. Central, and we'd love to have everybody join us. As a guest, you don't need to have a disability to join us. We're about all abilities and so on. So today, I do have a couple of great guests. So we'll get started here. I'd like to bring in our first guest, Dr. Sheila. And Dr. Sheila, it's probably know. So welcome, Dr. Sheila. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you, Emily. I'm excited to be here with you today. This is such a great platform that you have, this podcast. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. Something I hope to aspire to do one day as well, start a podcast. So kudos to you, Emily.
Yeah, this is awesome. So I'd like to say a little bit about who you are, what you do.
Sure. Thank you so much. So, as you mentioned, my name is Dr. Sheila Thomas. Most call me Dr. Sheila, and I've titled myself as the parent partner. And what I do is I work with parents, giving them the tools and resources to advocate for their children and build a solid educational foundation. My why? It's because I've been a teacher for many years, and as well as a parent myself of three sons. And I know the things that I did with my sons to ensure that they had academic success. And I know the things that are needed in the school system for children to be successful. So combining the two, I've been able to create curriculums and books to support the work that I do as a parent coach, as well as an author. As you see behind me, I have my books that I've written. So we'll talk about those a little bit later, but that is what I do. I work with parents, and I work with all parents, but specifically with parents of Black boys, because we know the statistics that are against our Black boys the day they're born, that they're going from school to prison, the school to prison pipeline. So I'm here to disrupt that school to prison pipeline.
Yeah, I think education is so important, and the whole lifelong learning, and so I like and yeah, love what you're doing with teaching and so on.
Yeah, it's so very important. Education, I don't think people understand just how important it is for the child to learn and be educated at an early age. So, one thing that I love is early literacy, and that's working with your child as soon as they're in the womb, is what I say, by talking to them. The easiest way to condition and train your child is to communicate with them. And that's basically just talking and listening to them. Sorry, my phone is going off. Talking and listening to them, communicating with them, sharing stories with them, reading to them. That's the key to the child's success. It's reading stories to them. But as they're young, I tell parents that when you're fixing their bottles, to tell them, I'm going to warm your bottle. It's going to taste good, or mommy's going to put you on a red shirt today and some blue pants. All those things are building a foundation for a child's early learning, for communicating. And we have this thought called serve and return. When you talk to your baby and the baby cools or the baby wiggles, that means they're listening, which is the early literacy component that's very important for them to learn in school, and listen to their teachers and bring all the comprehension skills in that they need so they could be successful. So, yes, education doesn't begin when they start pre-K or kindergarten. It begins with that parent at home laying that solid foundation.
Yeah, communication is really important too, but as this leads right into sort of our other guest that we have today, Marianne, who's also an author. And so Marianne, would you like to say a little bit about who you are, what you do? Marianne, are you there?
Yeah, hi. Hola. I'm Marianne of Waikiki, the author and Apple game developer of the Acts of Kindness series, featuring 200 folk manus puppets. The books are written with sign language characters, with soundtrack by Lucy and the Perfect Way for ocean cleanup, anti-bullying, and we're currently working on the climate change book for one of our speakers that will be joining us in an hour, Leon McLaughlin from Clean Water Foundation, who brings filters to 40 different countries worldwide. So I know he's returning from Las Vegas doing some fundraisers. And again, he'll be joining us hopefully here in an hour. So great to be here. Nice to meet you, Doctor, and sharing some of this good information with each other. Um, my books are written for age 8 and above. And I created online courses, 10 Apple app games so far, to learn the finger spelling alphabet, the ASL 26 letters, with characters such as Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab, Chelsea, the courageous sign language chicken, Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee, and a turkey named Greta Gobble on the golf course. So it's been great fun to create these books and to see them brought into some animation videos from Fiverr Graphics in Pakistan. And we've been showing that weekly here. So thank you so much, Emily, for all your amazing work of being hosting this World of Ability, the Today Show every Saturday. And Wednesday, I had a great day with being on the Master Connectors podcast with Jay Stoyan. And my other podcast with Pathways with Patties is now on Apple and Spotify about my book, Underwater Acts of Kindness, featuring Noah, the hard of hearing whale, who's recruited by a sea turtle called the General of the New Earth Army to tackle the Great Pacific Garbage Patch between Hawaii and California. Other characters in the book are Shaka the sign language shark, Flip and Flop are service alpha dolphins, and an octopus named King Octo the Eighth, who teaches the signs of peace, love, happiness, and thanks. So go out and play is our tagline. We have the online courses. And the good news, Emily and Doctor, we can have provide books for all USA classroom teachers from an organization called donorschoose.org. That's donorschoose.org. A teacher with a teacher ID just takes 10 minutes to request the books. I had a special education teacher in Makaha, Hawaii, and she requested 50 books and she was funded in 2 weeks. So Amazon shipped out the books, the classroom read the book and talked about ocean cleanup. And then I went out and visited their classroom. We had a little slideshow presentation. I taught the finger spelling alphabet. We passed around the puppets. And we had a great time, especially with the principal and the other teachers there wanting to know what we were talking story about. So we want to continue that messages out there. And so the books are age 8 and above for reading, but it's for all ages of the heart, Doctor. So I'd like to get you email you the book so you can review it and share the stories of the Acts of Kindness series with your community as well. So again, thank you so much for having me here, Emily.
Yeah, so this is awesome. So I see that we have Barbara joining us here. Barbara, do you have anything? Here. Welcome, Barbara.
Hello.
How are you today, Barbara?
I'm in California. I'm just trying to figure out all the time changes. It's 11. It's a little after 11 here.
Hey, what are you doing in California?
Get ready to go to the Shakespeare Festival in Oregon.
Oh boy.
And then
Do you
a
have
party
anything
in
you like
San
to-
Francisco.
Oh. So do you have any stories or anything you'd like to say at the moment?
Oh my gosh, just the importance of feeling healthy, the importance of not being in pain and feeling healthy, and the confusion around that. I was actually feeling good this morning before I took this medicine that was supposed to make it so I wouldn't be in pain, and it actually brought pain to me. I'm like, yeah, trying to figure out how to do my best in this life, so that we can hold on to what's beautiful, right? And especially, yeah, for our families.
Exit.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts on?
I think you were asking me, did I have any thoughts? Is that what you said? You were kind of fuzzy.
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. Well,
Yeah.
Marianne, I love what you're doing. That is amazing. I would love to share your information, yeah, with my the people that I serve, the parents I serve, and schools that I serve in. So that's great. I love what you're doing to help children. Anything to help children. My books that you can see behind me are for children ages 4 to 8. And one of the main books I focus on is this book here titled JR is the Biggest Fan. And what's so beautiful about this book is I wrote this book about my sons. This is the second edition of this book. I wrote it about my sons. You see the first edition in the background. It's about how a mom supports her sons in every endeavor that they participate in, whether it's him being on a swing and falling down or participating in the spelling
Saturday
bee.
show.
What?
My
Being on the-
Saturday show.
Whether
The
it's
show
him
I'm on Saturdays, the radio show.
Yeah.
Building out. It's
if it's him being in the
Judging.
spelling bee, she was always there to support him, always in the background somewhere singing this statement, son, never give up. I know you can. I'll always be your biggest fan. So that's repeated on every page for everything he does until at the end of the story, he finds something he loves to do, which is to play in the band. And this is a true story about my sons. My sons tried all the things in the book, and now they both play in the band. Well, actually, one is a college professor at Fisk University, and he's the interim band director. And then my youngest child is in college and he's in the band as well. So it's based on a true story. And in this book, the beauty of it, there's a scripture back there that says Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And then I also have activity pages throughout the book for children to participate in. So like you, Marianne, this is a perfect book for schools, for AR tests. So I need to do what you're doing to get it on Donors Choose and for teachers to request it. So I might need to talk to you about that to see how I can make that happen as well, because it's a message that I want to share with parents. My book, Raising Brilliant Black Boys, is a book I wrote for parents to give them some tools and tips and strategies of some things they could do to make sure they're socially, emotionally well, that they understand what parenting is all about, to get your sons involved in the community to prepare them for life and success. Then in the book, there's another book called Mommy's Little Sunshine. That book is about a mother's love for her son as well. So everything I write is about boys. I also have in the background, um, let me grab those. I'm sorry, I should have had them near me. But these are affirmation cards. On one side is an affirmation, and on the other side are tips for parents to understand what that affirmation means and how to work with their children. So those are the things I've written. And then I wrote a book for women called Wait, Women Anticipate Incredible Turnaround, which is a story about things that transpired in my life or the life of others and how I sat in what I call the waiting room with God, and He has given my life an incredible turnaround. So those are the things I do. The premise of it is about perseverance and not giving up, always doing your very best.
So, kind of like what inspired you to be an author or like write about the like topic that you did, with connected with your sons and kind of what kind of brought that all about?
So, what inspired me to become an author was many, many, many years ago when I was in college. We had to write a book for my literacy class. And when I wrote that short little book, just a little book I wrote and drew some little stick figures because I'm not an artist, I was inspired and said, you know what? I want to be an author one day. I want to write books for children. And so as I went on, graduated college and taught for many years, I loved reading books to my children in the classroom and to my sons. I was always inspired to just read books to them. And so again, that's what, propelled me to go ahead and write my books. And then I also said there are not enough books with images of Black boys on the cover. We see books with animals and little children, but none that really depict a Black boy who's being successful. So I said that's what I wanted to do. And so I wrote my first book, the one for women, and then I was inspired to write JR's Biggest Fan. Because, like I said, I've done some great things with my sons. I tell everyone they're not perfect. They're not perfect at all, but they've done very well academically. And so I want to share with parents the things I've done. And the main way to do it is to tell them that they're loved, they're cherished. I'm here for you. I'm your biggest fan. So that is why I wrote those books to help parents to understand you have to support your children. You're the number one teacher. You're your child's first teacher. That's really true. So that is why I wrote those books. And my courses, like Marianne too. I also have courses as well. I have courses that I've written for parents that I do. I have some on my website that you can check out. I put my website link in the comments. So I have courses too, and I do one-on-one coaching with parents as well.
Like coaching is in like parenting skills or coaching in other, like what kind of things do you talk about with parents? Like one-on-one coaching.
Yeah. So my one-on-one coaching begins with teaching parents about what is parenting. What does that look like? What does it look like for you? A lot of times we parent the way we were parented. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not. It's not good. The thing about it is we have to understand who we are. So that's what I begin with parenting. Parents understand what parenting looks like and what's in their heart. Then the second thing is I teach parents is children, understand child development. I've been an educator, like I say, for many years. I taught school, and then I'm also a college professor. So I've taught child psychology for many years. So I tell parents about the research I've done, and that's what that Raise Brilliant book is about, the research I've done about parenting. So I share parenting about a child's multiple intelligence. Which one is he? I talk about a child's love language so parents understand that. Then we get into the foundational learning, Matt, building that educational foundation. Like I say, building up the social and emotional development, their wellness, their well-being. All those things are important. There are other modules too. There are 8 modules in my PACES, Parents Advocating for Their Child's Education Success curriculum. Then I have another course called Raise Brilliant Black Boys. That's an evergreen on my website that parents can take. So it's teaching parents about parenting, knowing yourself, knowing your children, and then whatever that knowledge that you have now, you're able to connect with the schools better tell the schools who your child is, your expectations. And when I say expectations, not going in to be combative, but saying these are the expectations that I have for my child's learning. How can we work together to make sure he or she is successful in school? And then that carries on through life because it doesn't stop. I have a 19-year-old now who I continue to work with and support as he goes through college. My 33-year-old, yeah, they're 14 years apart. My 33-year-old, I support him with his endeavors. He's a college professor, but if he calls and say, Mom, I want you to come to support me, I'm there as possible as much as I can to be his biggest fan.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's your college professor of?
So and the one in Nashville, he's a professor of criminology. Criminology, I may be saying it wrong. Science, the criminal justice, homeland security, all those things were criminals, teaching criminal justice courses, so to speak. So that's what he teaches. And then, like I said, he's an interim band director. And then my 19-year-old is in college at North Carolina A&T, and he's going to school to be a mathematics teacher. So I must have done something right. They're both wanting to teach. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, following in mom's footsteps.
Exactly. So, and that's why I want to share with parents, simple things they could do at home. I didn't go out and buy all the learning toys and all this, that. All I did was talk to my sons, read to my sons. I put words on a flashcard and we throw those cards on the floor and we played little games with that. Simple little things a parent could do for learning. And that's what's important, spending that quality time, taking them out in the neighborhood, taking nature walks and things like that. It's simple things you could do to have your children ready for school.
Yeah, that's important. So Marianne, do you have any thoughts? I know you have the like donors choose and different things. You wanna say anything about that?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that, Emily? I'm having a challenge with my hearing today. We got an overcast here, so it affects my hearing.
Do you have any thoughts on what Dr. Sheila said, or I know you have like donors choose and things like that. You want to say anything about that?
Well, again, Emily, we saw success with Marilyn Rogers Classroom and Kamiley Charter School, and Donors Choose. She requested 50 books. She wrote down that it was for ocean cleanup, sign language skills, social emotional learning curriculum, and puppets. What a great educational tool. And last year, Donors Choose in Hawaii, Subaru Hawaii, the car dealership, donated $25,000 to teachers requesting products from Donors Choose. And in 2019, Good Morning America, over a weekend, raised millions of dollars for USA classroom teachers to get products into their classrooms. So it's like an a la carte. You can go on Amazon and select the Acts of Kindness series books and coloring books. We have those available now. We have 3 books, Underwater Acts of Kindness for ocean cleanup. We have Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully, for the anti-bully message, and with sign language characters. And we have a first birthday luau party, parades in the books. So it's an exciting books to read. I've gotten compliments from grandparents to parents to the World of Ability cast here to reading it, as well as Leon McLaughlin, Derek, a teacher in Arizona. We just had some children here from Tucson, Arizona, whose dad is a principal at a private school, who is now requesting the books to take it to their school board because their girls loved them. And so I'm currently shipping some books out. Also to Jeanette in Honolulu, Hawaii. They're having a youth teen camp that's going to be happening in another week. And they're going to put these books into the library. I talked to her for a good half hour. She was real excited. about the topics of the books and that we were working on the climate change books. There's a lot of volunteers setting up this camp, which they didn't have for several years due to COVID. The Navy was volunteering. Once we get the word of mouth out there about these good books to read, and they're all for all ages of the heart, the reading level is 8 and above. And we'll be promoting them with Leon McLaughlin's Clean Water Foundation. And he'll talk more about opening up these locations worldwide, and the books and the puppets will be available. So what I'm currently doing is my writer and I are both in Mexico, and we are writing Cool Acts of Kindness for Climate Change. It's a location on the Big Island with a summer camp with about 10 leading puppets. And we've written up to chapter 4, and we have Captain Leon that goes out and visit the camps. And so we're working on the storyline with that. And Folk Manus had shipped the puppets to Leon on World Water Day when he was visiting Waikiki, Hawaii. So they're amazing puppet characters. And yeah, we also sent them to Santa Papa John. He should be getting them and hopefully give us a 5-star review and bring them on his Christmas in July special shows, podcasts. And he received the catalog and was very impressed with the quality. They have mini puppets, they have large puppets, portable. And again, I see these books going into animation movies with sign language characters, and we have the app games, 10 Apple app games, so you can read the online course. Go to YouTube, Trevor Gibbs from A Charity Revolution and the Web Detective, who evaluates websites to make sure they're ADA compliant. He reviewed our website. He also helped me upload the 4 videos to YouTube Kids. So doctor, you can check it out too. You can meet Chelsea, the courageous sign language chicken, Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee, Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab, and Greta Gobble on the golf course. And so go out and play the Apple app games today. So you can do it at your own time. And, you know, again, it's all ages of the heart. So people in different locations or, you know, hospitals, nursing homes, it's just a great activity. And sign language is a solution, especially for social spatial distancing when we had that with the schools and for us everywhere worldwide. It's just a great opportunity to learn a second language, and sign language is considered a foreign language in some schools that students can get credit for, and they can want to move forward. They can take more ASL sign language courses at a community college and get certified and become a sign language interpreter. So there's a lot of growth that can happen with the Acts of Kindness series. So I'm excited to work with Leon McLaughlin because we've created 2 videos of Waterflow the whale, who works with Robo Motivation, a robot with a heart, and rolls around the world delivering these water filters with a song, Love is the Only Way by Lucy Lynch. And then we also have Rich, the ostrich, who has the song Rich and Radiant I Am, as he receives these amazing water filters. And we are being recognized by the United Nations, and looking forward to marketing these in the fall as well. So we got a lot of good stuff happening, working this summer here. And we also got the books out to Reese Witherspoon's organization, Hello Sunshine, who recognizes women entrepreneurs. Seems she enjoys reading books, so I ship books out to her as well. So it's Christmas in July for some people, so they should be receiving the books, and we'll get feedback from them and invite them on as guests as well. So go out and play. I'm Marianne of Waikiki.
I guess the other thing I just wanted to quickly highlight Helpopedia here, since I think that's how I met Dr. Sheila. So Helpopedia is about kind of education as well, for their high school and college age students and their families. So I shout out to them. And So, that's sort of Barbara, quick here. Barbara, do you have any thoughts on I've been talking about education and so on books? Are you there? Might be. Sorry. Oops. Oh, okay. All right. So I guess we'll connect to her a little bit. But yeah, I think this is awesome. The two authors meet here. Seems like there could maybe be some collaboration here. So yeah, just actually I thought that's any like sign language or anything like that. Just since Marianne mentioned it, or so let's see here. Oh, there's Barbara coming on camera. Hey, Barbara, do you have any thoughts you like to say at the moment? Yeah, you're in mute. Can just say anything. Oh. Okay. So let me see.
Emily, you mentioned about collaboration, and I wanted Marianne to know that I sent her a message. I would love to connect with you. I love what you're doing. I did try to go to your website, Marianne, and it didn't pull up. So I sent you a direct message about it.
There, maybe I can.
And Marianne, I sent you my number.
Oh, it should be up.
Here,
It's Acts of Kindness Series, actsofkindnessseries.com.
Okay, yeah, okay. There, yeah, it's one letter that's off in your link. I'll go to it. Thank you. And I sent you my contact information as well.
So Dr. Sheila, how long have you been like a teacher or anything like that?
A long time. So I started teaching back in 1990, a long time ago. I taught for several years in the school system. I'm originally from a city called Albany, Georgia. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but that's where I'm originally from. And I taught grades two, second, third, fourth, and first grade. I loved it. Especially third grade. I loved teaching. That was my passion. So I did that for 17 years. It's those three grades interchangeably. The third grade was always my favorite. And then I moved into what's called an EIP teacher, where I work one-on-one teaching children to read. And that was like great because I worked with like 5 or 6 children at a time. And they were the children who were not successful readers. But by the time I finished with them, they were reading so well. Their teacher would say, "What are you doing to these kids? They think they can read better than the other children now." And what I did was I let them know, yes, you can read. If they read one word, I cheered for them. I'm like, yeah, you did it. And so they became a little arrogant, I say, because they thought now I'm the best reader. And so after I taught in Dougherty County School System, Albany, Georgia for 17 years, I then moved into a position. I was working part-time at my local technical college as a teacher of preparing teachers to become adults to become teachers or paraprofessionals or assistants in the classroom. And I love that too because I wanted them to do what I was doing. So I had an opportunity to become full-time at that technical college teaching those classes. But also, I was the assistant director of the daycare there. And you see my excitement. That was the best job because I taught teachers, but I yet also worked with the little ones. And when I saw the world open up about early literacy, I had worked with literacy in the elementary grades, but that early literacy where you really given that foundation teaching children to read, I was just blown away. And so then what I did, I became what's called a state approved trainer for daycare providers. And I would go all across the state of Georgia teaching teachers how to work with their children. But one day I had an epiphany, where God gave this to me, I say, of who works with the parents? Who's teaching the parents how to work with their children? Because when I was in the classroom, I would hear teachers say, these children aren't doing well because their parents won't read to them. The parents not doing what they're supposed to do. About parents. And so I said, you know what? Let me work with the parents. So that's where I began thinking about my courses that I wanted to create. I didn't do it then because I wasn't ready to venture off into a business right then. So I continued working at that 2-year college. Then I moved to another college where I was working for a while. And then I ended up going back to the classroom, teaching in the classroom, which was fine. That was fine teaching in the classroom. But COVID hit, and that's when I really delved into becoming an author and thought more about the parenting part, what parents needed. And so I retired in 2020, partially retired. And I began really writing and began thinking about these courses and learning about business because I was an educator, not a business person. And so learning about the business of becoming a coach and talking to other coaches who may not coach what I coach, but how to do it, how to set up websites and all that thing. So I continue to teach the students on the teacher level by supervising teachers, future educators. I go out to the college and go out to the schools to see what they're doing. But it also gives me a chance to still stay in the world of education, know what's happening in the classroom. So I kind of have the best of both worlds where I'm doing my business, I'm being an author, but yet still I stay in tune because when you're out of it, you lose it. So I still stay connected to what I'm doing. So it's been 35 years since I began teaching, way back in 1990, 34 years. So I'm excited about the work I do and will continue to do it until I say I'm done. So that's who I am.
Yeah, that's awesome. Doing what you love, that's always very important.
Yeah, so Dr. Sheila, I wanted to share with you also. I've been learning about Awesome Foundation. I was introduced to Awesome Foundation from my writer, Suzanne Sims. She received $1,000 grant because she also wrote plays. One of them, A Thrift Store, the musical, in Honolulu. I met her at the Unity Church of Hawaii, where I was a sign language interpreter for Mr. Scott for over a decade. And he worked with autistic children. And he lost his hearing at age 8, and he had a lot of speech therapy. So he speaks pretty well. And he relocated right before the pandemic to San Diego, and he became a veterinary assistant. And he's also a healer. I took Reiki master classes with him. We both got certified. And what a journey it was to be present over there in Hawaii and living a dream of living on a sailboat. And well, as the story kind of goes, all this plastic was showing up around my boat and wanted to know where it was coming from. And Suzanne is passionate about the environment, and she had written several books as well. So it's a great honor to work with her again, and doing some real research for this climate change book and how to present it to a youth level, about being grateful, where we have a bee that we feature, Queen Bee of the Queen, for grateful gardening. Now plastics is drastic. We have Leon coming in with Waterflow the whale and positioning these characters for a positive outlook for our youth. So back to the Awesome Foundation, we applied to receive another $1,000 for writing this book, which we're still on a waiting list. And they also have a disability group, which you have to apply every month, the 1st through the 10th. So I applied for that. I'm a hard of hearing author. And there's also one for climate change. So I just went on and applied for that and sent photos of the books. And Leon McLaughlin, he's on the cover of Gold Coast magazine. They have one on the water, with people doing events on the waterfront. And Leon is Clean Water Foundation. So I've been busy this week of going on and applying for all these different grants. So in Honolulu, in June, some ladies from the LGBT received $1,000 to teach kids how to roller skate. And in Minnesota, where Papa Santa John is, these ladies won $1,000 to bring back double Dutch jump roping as activities to get the children out and not looking at computer screens and iPads and getting them more active. Like when we were kind of growing up, right? We had to get on the sidewalk and jump roping and roller skating and bikes and everything like that. So anyway, you should check it out. Awesome Foundation. I don't know what city you are in, but it only takes like 10 minutes to apply for that, and you can post it with some photos of your projects. And we've also did that with the Disability Channel with Jay Stoyan's flyer, to hire persons with disabilities to help me with a 12-week campaign to bring the Acts of Kindness series to the market. And they have like 4,000 subscribers. So we need to get people starting to become aware of these characters, getting to know their names, and visiting the YouTube channels and getting to know the characters. And Dr. Sheila, we have 500 million people worldwide now with a hearing loss. We have millions of moms and dads coming home from being of service who can't hear their own children or grandchildren. So this is a win-win situation for everybody. And just wanted to share some of those facts with you as well as an educator. I don't know if you worked with any of special needs or any deaf, hard of hearing children in your career.
Indirectly, I'm not a special education teacher, but of course you have some in your classroom, and then of course they transition out to the certified teacher who works in that area. But yeah, I've been in contact, been around students, who have hearing loss. So yes, I do understand and I know the need of it. I've had students in my class who had hearing loss. So yes, ma'am. But I wasn't their direct teacher to give them the attention they needed with their disability. So yes, ma'am. But I love the work you're doing. I share again my contact information in the chat. So because you are a wealth of knowledge and I'm always here to learn. I may have a title in front of my name, but I'm always trying to learn and meet new people like yourself, Emily and Barbara, who also have knowledge. So I appreciate you all giving me this opportunity today.
So you have a doctorate in education. Is that what your specialty is?
I do. My doctorate is from Nova Southeastern University in Educational Leadership, and my specialist is in curriculum and instruction, which is why I love working curriculum and creating, teaching tools for parents. My thought I was going to be a curriculum director, but that wasn't the plan that God had for me. But I'm doing it on my own.
Well, he's still got a plan for you and he's working it out. So that's what I learned. And my creativity here is I like being the author. I like creating these Apple app games. It's great fun. And again, I vision them being brought to animation movie, and no one has done that with sign language characters. So we'll be moving forward with Leon McLaughlin and his marketing team. We met with Joe Wright. We met with Alex Hilt too to learn how to possibly translate these books into 100 different languages. All this new artificial intelligence is popping up. sometimes it gets a little overwhelming, and is it real? Is it fake? I read lips, so a lot of Facebook stuff you see out there is really fake. And anyways, it's a learning process of how we're going to move forward with it. So, but yeah, so it's a great opportunity because everybody we've met have met through the Happy Neighborhood Projects, where I was a co-host in Honolulu. I also rolled over to Denise Vargas. I volunteered my sign language skills to interpret for the H&P Ability Group. And here we are on the World of Ability podcast every week, still sharing the stories, still sharing the good news for everyone.
Yeah, so Dr. Sheila, I want to, or a few minutes over, I know I want to kind of respect your time. I know you said something about you had a little bit of a time limit, but I mean, you're welcome to stay longer, or if you have to go, that's fine too. But
Yeah, I got a heart out. Yeah, my son is waiting. I got some things I got to do with my son. He's getting ready to go back to college, so we gotta get out and do a little shopping. So, yeah.
Well, Dr. Sheila, you can join. I know Alan, the Master Connector, is looking for guest speakers. I think he has this Wednesday open available at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which would probably, and Emily can coordinate with you with his schedules as well. So it's a great opportunity
Yeah,
to get that message
I,
out.
I was on there. I was on there a couple weeks ago. I think that's when I
Oh,
was.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Wonderful. Well, if
Yes.
you can put in the
Yeah.
chat, please put your email and I'll be more than happy to email you the books if you don't mind.
Going in now.
that maybe Dr. Sheila, quick before you take off. Is there any way like somebody tuning into this would you'd want them to contact you or anything like
Yes.
that if they have questions?
Yes. Thank you so much. So, yeah, they can go on my website, drsheila.thomas.com, and I have a contact information out there. They can email me. They can peruse my shop where I have my books available. I have my courses available. If they want parent coaching at a school, I can come in and do something with family engagement. If someone needs one-on-one parent coaching, I'm available for that. If someone wants me to come to the school and do an author visit, I love doing author visits. That's when I come read my books with the children. We do some fun activities and I just get all giddy and crazy. So I'd love to do that as well. So there's a plethora of things on my website to check out. Again, it's my name, drsheila.thomas.com, SHEILA.com. Thank you so much, Emily. This has been a wonderful podcast. I appreciate this time and, maybe I can come back and join again.
Sounds good. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Sheila, for joining us.
Thank you. You all have a great day. Marianne, again, I sent my email and I sent my contact information. So I look forward to hearing from you. You're amazing. And I will check out your website as well. You all have a great day.
So
You
go out and
too.
play, Dr. Sheila.
Say it again now.
I said, so go out and play.
Yeah, go out and play. Yes, yes, yes. Have a good one, ladies.
Thanks, you too.
Bye-bye.
So, um, so back to the kindness here. Um, so, uh, let me see. So Marianne, have you applied to any more places for, or, right? Um,
Awesome Foundation. Did you apply, Emily?
I will be. I didn't get a chance to, this month with my internet going out and stuff, but, Um, I will be, but um, um,
So yeah, I applied to several different ones. I had to take some time off. Uh, I've had the chiropractor here. I'm just relaxing my neck and my back and moving forward and just relaxing today. It's a little overcast. And here, hoping Leon will join us and just getting organized with some of the book writing and some of the ideas as well too. So the good news is the books went out and moving forward. So tell us about some of the other programs. Last week we had a program with about video photography. Last Sunday, who did we speak to? In regard to the vodcasts.
oh, so um, so we have a contact named Ed Garza, who has Podcast Hub, and he has a number of different things going on with Podcast Hub, and I think we're gonna be working with him with different videos, and so on. And so like he might be starting a foundation. And so yeah, down there in Tennessee. And so yeah. It's a great organization. Also, we have other things going on. We have Easy Expo, which is a virtual booth platform where you can have a year-round virtual booth. It's like a directory where you can have your booth to promote your organization with your logo, any videos, links to websites, social media, and so on. You can also register as an attendee, and you'll just see the other booths that are there and be able to connect with the others that are there. And also, then we have the other shows they're part of the network. Outside of this world of ability, I have Blue Collar Crypto, Tim Trojan. I have the PDH mission, or Tim shows on Sundays. And Mondays we have Monday evenings we have the PDH mission Monday for our veterans, and that's packed with Project Die Hard, which is a veteran-owned, veteran-run nonprofit headquartered in Paducah, Kentucky. On Tuesdays, we have the SB Bridge Show with Suzanne in the morning, and then evening we have World of Pets with Debbie, one of our very friends. And I'd also been working with Zeta with Robert Women. Wednesdays is the Ability MK Now radio show. But Speed Trees. On Fridays afternoons, as we just had last night. Also, so I might be starting another podcast next month or so here with somebody in Australia. And so if anybody, we'd love to have everybody join us as a guest on the show. So connect with us if you are interested in that. And I also connected with a nonprofit TV network out of Texas. So if anybody is interested in, if you don't have one already, to create between a 30-second and 2.5-minute video about you and the nonprofit and how the nonprofit does, and so on. Send me the video, or if you need help recording video, you can help with that. Post it on the Nonprofit TV Network's Facebook page. So all about promoting all of the great nonprofits out there. And so, I mean, also Marianne and I connected through the Happy Neighborhood Project, which was started a number of years ago by a guy named Edwin, who went around and talked to over 1,000 people about happiness. And so the Happy Neighborhood Project is more or less a business networking group. And it's also has a co-op. Marianne, do you want to say more about what your experience with Happy Neighborhood Project is?
Yes, Happy Neighborhood Projects. We started, well, Edwin had started it, and during the pandemic, it was a great opportunity for us to meet each other and promote our businesses and network. So I was the co-host in Honolulu, and they expanded the events to different cities and countries. I was getting up very early in Honolulu, Hawaii, going on and following Kurt Roskoff and you into India, Australia, Canada, United States, and the Happy Neighborhood Project's Ability Group as well. With Denise Vargas, I rolled over and volunteered to be a sign language interpreter for her during the pandemic. And we met a lot of great people. I met my intellectual property attorney, Dr. Liddy, who federally trademarking the Acts of Kindness series. We applied actually 3 years ago and waiting for the response from that. Leon McLaughlin and I have had a couple of meetings with her. So we are getting everything in order for marketing the Acts of Kindness series, copywriting, learning a lot of that was an experience during the pandemic, creating Apple app games, becoming an Apple game developer, and getting feedback from people with networking and having one-on-ones with individuals, which also led to being on additional people's podcasts, such as Steve Ramona, Alan, the Master Connector. I was on Pathways with Patty, who I met through a newsletter. So many different things that were available for other people to network and share their stories, expenses. Nick Davis had several people on to talk about different various subjects. We had Gabby that talked about LinkedIn and how to use LinkedIn and the logarithms and It was a great experience. John Morey, he and I were supposed to have an interview, and I had some internet connections down here with my iPhone. Hope to follow up with him. So they had posting parties on Facebook, especially Kathy Weaver, the leader, uh, hosting all these amazing events. And we had dancing nights too. We had a DJ. So lots of different things. So it was a great opportunity to network. I met Trevor Gibbs from the Web Detective, who evaluates your websites to make sure they're ADA compliant. He's helped me out with expense reports, and he's also helped me out with uploading YouTube videos with the sign language characters for the Act of Kindness series. So we couldn't do it without each other. It works if you work it. And got Leon introduced when Leon joined us in October in, I think it was 2021, and Modern Hotel. So I introduced him to several different people. Lee Rosenberg, he was on that one day speed working day. So he got to meet people through the Happy Neighborhood projects as well. And well, he's joined us every Saturday now here as a guest speaker, and has done networking as well through HNP and the World of Ability and the Today Show. So we can't thank you guys enough. We also met Lawrence Wingate Studios out of North Carolina. He was a host over there. So there was just different opportunities to connect and meet other people. There was movie night. There was book author reviews. So it was kind of fun to, meet the author, and especially because I am, and get some people to read and review my book. Yassine I met in India. He actually reviewed the books and gave me more insight of how to, with the fonts and the sizing, which was in great detail. So it was a lot of learning lessons with these books, and it's ongoing. But the good news is that they're complete, and Leon McLaughlin will be marketing them with these worldwide Jews coffee tea water bars that are going to be happening. So yes, we are continuing to go on to Awesome Foundation and keep applying, because we could use that $1,000 to bring these books into animation movies. We could possibly work with Jay Stoyan in regards to the Disability Channel and hiring on persons with disabilities to help market the Acts of Kindness series campaign for 12 weeks. So there's so many things that are happening. So yeah. So Emily, when did your internet go out? What's going on in Wisconsin?
I'm not sure, but I don't know about it, so hopefully we'll get it back soon.
So it went out today, or has it been out for a week, 10 days? What?
Yeah, it's been out for at least 2 days now.
Oh, 2 days. Oh, okay. So you're actually able to do it off of your iPhone then?
Yes, I'm on my phone right now.
Oh, instead of your laptop?
Yes.
So how does that work with your iPhone, with your carrier? What kind of carrier service do you have that allows you still to have internet and host the show? I'm just kind of curious what companies are up there that you're working with in Wisconsin.
Like Charter, AT&T. I'm actually at somewhere else right now. I'm not at home to be on the
Oh.
internet.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah. You have to do that sometimes. I had to do that several times down here in Mexico as well. We had some challenges and up doing new cable, and yeah, I had to relocate for Steve Ramona's interview. And yeah, I had to postpone John Morey's because I couldn't download the StreamYard things because of my Apple ID being locked out. So a lot of different technical things can happen. I understand that. So what's the weather like in Wisconsin? And what are the activities this weekend?
It's actually it's like really warm right now. Since we're in the summer. So it's kind of hot and humid. But so the weather's like hasn't gotten up to hasn't gotten up, I don't think it's gotten up to triple digits like they have like out west, but it's been up to
Yeah, it's been extremely hot. It's opening up the door. It's extremely hot and stroke. Who do we? Is someone joining us?
not sure if Lynn's joining us. I sent him the link. I don't know that I've heard from him, but you want to say anything about more about what you guys have done for like the Clean Water Foundation? I know he was in Hawaii and was doing other place for a clean water event, right?
He just was in Las Vegas. He did a show in Las Vegas.
Everybody
So
knows
yes,
before that
we
he
were
was in
also we were also in contact with Greenpeace a couple of weeks ago. We met with the Greenpeace writers, and they liked the fact that we were writing a children's book. I contacted them, and they are going to be in Hawaii as well on a vessel called the Rainbow Warrior. And hopefully we'll find out when they're going to be there in the fall. Maybe Leon and Lucy will be able to meet with them. We have to be very careful. I'm not sure if we can put them in the book as an organization, but we somehow are going to be creating a message. So we've had to reshift the cover of the book. We're going to be creating the book to more of a fire and ice, lava, Big Island picture. I know originally I had the whale with some icebergs featuring the penguin and the polar bear. So we've decided to change the cover of the book because we've decided the scenario is going to be located, the summer camp in this book is going to be on the Big Island. So yes, so it's a lot of work. People don't realize it's a lot of work. So when you start something, that things can be open to being changed, especially when you got several parties into it. But the good news is it is a series, and we've been keeping busy on it. It's something to look forward to and to get them out into the world, into animation movies.
Right.
So is anybody else going to be joining us today?
I'm not sure. I think Earl said something about maybe joining.
You want to give him a call? You want to give him a shout out? We'd like to hear from Earl, Papa John. Where's Santa?
That's not sure. I mean, they all have the links, but we'll see here. But
Well, give him a little reminder. See if they can join us. We'd love to hear from them on this Saturday.
so how far along are you on this most recent book? You said you were at what?
Well,
Like
we're
chapter four or
on to
something?
chapter 4. So we're on to chapter 4. We have Leon as Captain Leon coming to visit to talk to the children. He's going to read Dr. Emoto's book, The Messages of Water. And we're trying to figure out how we are going to bring in the new character Waterflow the whale. So we're doing research. Suzanne is researching different things. And then one of the chapters is plastic is drastic. And how we're gonna, have a nice message of grateful gardening, and plastic is drastic, and to roll with the flow with the water filters. So we'll see what Suzanne comes up with. I give her the ideas, and we're changing it all the time. So from thought to action, but it's going to be very good, and I'm really excited to complete this summer. That's the goal.
Hi, hey there, Liam. That's from the Clean
Hey,
Water
how's it
Foundation.
going? Can you
All
hear me?
Hey, how
right.
are you?
All right, how's it going?
Good.
It's going fantastic.
Yeah, just getting ready for this garden party concert we're gonna have tomorrow for the Hopi and Navajo reservation.
That's awesome. Garden party
Yeah,
patio.
yeah, so it should be good. That's the one, the garden party patio. So it should be a lot of fun.
What color are you going to wear? What's your suit going to be? What's your suit attire, Leon? You have some amazing dynamite outfits. So
Well, it
what
would
is your
be since it's the garden party, it'll be a shirt with flowers like Hawaii.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And we got some beautiful weather, so the shorts and the shirt with the flowers. But
Awesome.
we got
That's
some
awesome.
amazing artists that's playing. The girl who's giving us this garden party, she's a opera singer and a
Oh,
jazz
nice.
and blues singer. So her name is Kim McGuire. And then we got King Dre, he's performing, and we got some other performers. We're gonna have like a jam session. It's gonna be really good. Yeah, so I'll take pictures and send it to you guys.
That's
Meanwhile, the
awesome.
Vegas trip went really well. We did the show with Amazon Prime, one of their video photographer top executives, and we'll find out how that go. If he's going to present it to them and see if they're air it. So that's good news. We also met with one of the top CEOs of the new Jazz and Blues Hall of Fame, and they'll be having an event in Atlanta. So we met with those guys to join us, on the cause. So great connections. We were with David Osborne, who's one of the greatest pianists in the world at the Bellagio, who's played for 7 different presidents. So we was at his show at the Bellagio, and he's going to be part of our concert that we have in El Salvador and Australia, along with Teddy Davis, who is a good friend of Lionel Richie's. And when they did the We Are the World song, they had 2 songs that was runner-ups, and We Are the World won, but the other song was called Embrace the Child That Never Got Released. So he's going to re-release that and give it to us as one of our theme songs. So great news all the way around the board.
Awesome. Well, I'll give you an update. Suzanne and I have been creatively writing, and my thoughts to action are always open to Suzanne, and we will be redesigning the cover of the book, Cool Acts of Kindness for Climate Change, featuring Water the Flow, because the storyline is a camp on the Big Island. And we have the first chapter, Cool Acts of Kindness, where the children are getting ready to ride the bus to the camp and getting nestled into their bunks and eating different various foods. Chapter 2 is Grateful Gardening, featuring Bia the Queen. And we talk about the importance of bees and I want to say a snail, and decomposing food, the benefits of that to eat healthy and taking care of Mother Earth. And then we go to chapter 3, Water is Life, where we talk about the oceans, and one of the children's name in the book is Kai, and he recognized that his name refers to the ocean and what water is so important to us. And then we roll over to plastic is drastic. And we have you come in, Leon, as a guest speaker. And you are in a sailor suit with a captain's hat. And I thought it was so ironic that Suzanne wrote that. Maybe because she saw the photos of you I sent, because you're always wearing a captain's hat.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's a
that's
dynamite
that's our
store. It's a
signature.
dynamite. Um, what do you want? She has you coming in, and you're going to be reading Dr. Emoto's books to the children at the camp. The Messages of Water. So we are creatively doing that. We also have Lucy come in on the first or second night to sing some songs as well. So these are artists featured in the book. And so we're moving forward. So we have to change the cover of the book because it's centered at the Big Island. So we will have to use like the shape of the Big Island with water, fire, and ice, because there is snow that happens up there on the Big Island, and the volcano. So we're going to be working on that. We've had to put a lot of thought because some of these characters don't reside in Hawaii, but we're making it happen. So it's great fun, and I have the commitment from Suzanne. So we are working on this, and I was able to send books to Jeanette. Jeanette's in Honolulu. They have a camp in another week in Hawaii Kai, where the teenagers are going. They had volunteers from the Navy and other people to help create this camp, set up bunks, set up a library. And Jeanette was very excited to hear about our story. And
Yeah,
so
put
I
that in an
sent her.
email because I want to connect you up with the CEO of Dr. Emoto. And I think that's a brilliant idea. So put that in an email to me, and I'm going to put us
Sure.
all on an email with the Dr. Emoto CEO, because Dr. Emoto is actually the CEO, Michiko, is actually going to be in Sedona, and they're going to be visiting the Hopi and Navajo reservation, and they're planning a fundraiser there. I won't be there because that's when I'm going to be in Hawaii. And I was supposed to meet up with her, but that's the day she's flying in on the 9th, and I'll be in Hawaii then. So put that on an email. I want to connect you, Mariana, with the Dr. Emoto group, along with the folks called Sedona Spotlight, and maybe they can do a show on you also.
That would be great. And so, so we sent out books back to the camp, but yeah, definitely. And they were really excited. So when you return to Hawaii, we'd like you to meet Jeanette. And also, I contacted Greenpeace organization to see if we could have permission to use their logo and write a paragraph about their organization at the end of the book. However, due to some copywriting and organization and marketing, I don't think we were able to do this at this time. However,
That's
they
all right.
said
We
that,
got Dr. Emoto.
well, what they're going to be doing is they have a sailing vessel called the Rainbow Warrior, and UH Manoa is the Warriors. And they're going to be in Hawaii in the fall. So hopefully you'll be able to meet with them, and they would love to meet our team as well, and maybe Lucy as well. So we're just making really good connections. Suzanne is doing a lot of research. I got some videos too about whales and how they're using artificial intelligence now to transcribe whale coding. So we're doing some more research. Suzanne is really looking into some of the stuff. So it's been great fun to learn about these amazing organizations and to make this an amazing book for you and Clean Water Foundation and for the world to read of what we're all doing. So and we also sent I sent books to actress Reese Witherspoon in California. She has an organization called Hello Sunshine. It's a newsletter that I've been getting. She recognizes women entrepreneurs. She enjoys reading books. So not only I emailed her the books, I also sent directly her the 3 books. So hopefully we'll get some feedback from her. We also sent the books to Papa John Santa. Is his Christmas in July, so he can share his experience reading the books, and he got the catalog and loves the puppets. I've been on a show with him as well. This past week, Wednesday was a triple header there. I was on Alan's podcast, The Master Connector, with Jay Stoyan, and Jay Stoyan is making the commitment to come on for 5 minutes to talk about the Disability Channel, the World of Ability, and his Cirrus connections, and he'll be working with Prince Harry. So we would like to get the books to him so that he can share with Prince Harry to share with Prince Harry's children. And so books went out this past week, and so they're getting a home. So we can't wait for them to be positioned in your project of working with these juice, water, coffee, tea bars, these worldwide locations. I know you've been working really hard and trying to close the deal, and we're going to be getting ready for these books to be ready at the end of summer for you, Leon. So yeah, it's all good news.
Yeah, definitely send that email out so I can connect you up with Michiko from Dr. Emoto's group talking about that. That's a brilliant plan. And we
Yeah,
also got
so
some Native American jewelry donated to us for the event tomorrow also. I'll take some pictures of that too. Beautiful pieces
wow,
that we'll be
turquoise,
selling at the event. Yep.
nice,
Bracelets,
silver,
necklace, earrings. So they're bracelets, necklaces, earrings, that type of stuff. Really beautiful. Actually, Robert Redford has a collection out, and it's very similar to his collection.
nice, nice. So I also wanted to share with you too, Leon, at the beginning of the month, we applied for Awesome Foundation, the disability uh, um, category. We also applied in several different ones, such as the climate change, sharing the story of the book. I also applied for On the Water and also Seattle, pictures of you with your magazine, how we can, use this $1,000 grant for publicity, possibly on the Today Show with Jay Stoyan, who actually in turns hires on persons with disabilities for a 12-week campaign. And we could get subscribers to start looking at the Acts of Kindness series and the YouTube channel. And so we've had meetings with that, with Kurt and Emily. And also we looked at the Great Discovery. We're going to hold off on that at this time. So those are just other opportunities. And we also were on a vodcast with Eric, I believe, what was his name? Emily, last Sunday. So there's just a lot of different avenues that we've been just doing networking and to translate the books and to bring the books into animation movies. So we're looking forward to hopefully receiving some funding from all different ways, and we'll continue to go to different states and see if we can get donations for $1,000 to ship the books to a deaf school in that individual state, et cetera. So I'm doing a lot of typing and grateful I got my new iPhone that works. And I'm not locked out and I can download some things. So moving forward with that here, sitting in San Carlos with the weather index going over 100 degrees. And yeah, so what was your experience in Vegas with it being so hot, Leon?
Yeah, it was 120 degrees. It wasn't no joke. So that was the first time I ever been in 120-degree weather, period. And it was a record breaker. On the tarmac, it was 130. So that was an unbelievable experience, but did go to an Aces basketball game. And you just go to point A to point B. Now they did have a pool party that I was at, and we was networking there with the CEO of the Jazz and Blues event. So met those guys there with through a connection. Had some great connections there. Connected up with some wonderful people. They had the Fremont experience, which was outside, but it was covered with like mist and like air coming in. But other than that, when you looked out to the regular downtown area, nobody was in the streets walking or anything because 120 degrees, how can you walk? So it basically looked like the Twilight Zone on that end, but the casinos were packed.
Yeah, I bet the drinks were flowing there.
Yeah,
Hydration.
the pool parties. Yeah, they had the great pool parties with a band playing. Connected up, like I said, with some great people. So that was really cool. Yeah. So, and did the show with Amazon Prime. So yeah, but never had been in 120-degree weather ever.
Well, I also forgot to share with you too, last weekend, we had a teacher here, Diego. He was also actually the principal, and his three daughters were here, and we played in the pool. And I showed him my books, and the daughters loved it. And we shipped books out for him to share with his school board. So that was another exciting opportunity as well.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, like I said, we got some good momentum there in Vegas. Connected up, like I said, with those guys. They actually had a ranch. So I went out to the CEO's ranch on a Sunday after the basketball game. And we talked about putting everything together with our bundle package. So to have those guys, get involved, and they're about music, it couldn't have got any better than that. And excited for this show tomorrow.
Yeah, garden party patio.
Yeah. And the weather's a lot better. It's only going to be like 84 degrees.
Well,
Big
that's good.
difference from, yeah, we're going to be outside. So 84 compared to 120 is a serious difference.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah. Everybody got to stay hydrated. And yeah, we also had finally some rain here from the hurricanes that was hitting over on the Gulf of Mexico and Texas. So we had a couple of days of real thunderstorm and lightning, and felt good to break the heat and get some greenery around here. And actually, the rain damaged my cactus outside my door. So had to part ways with that. But anyway, it was intense here. So we put prayers out for everybody, the families who've gone and lost different things with all this tragic weather and staying cool. And we thank the Red Cross, the doctors, the EMTs, all those people that are out there, providing water to everybody. And so everyone's just being of service.
So Leon, where's this garden party?
It's going to be in a place called Kirkland, Washington, which is
Okay.
right outside of Seattle. And we were really lucky. Like I said, it's the opera singer. She got a beautiful home with a stage outside. And it's going to be a really, really fun event.
Was it open to the public?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'll let
And
Captain Mary know if she's not cruising on a charter.
yeah, we got the flyers out and everything. We've been promoting it all week. Even when I was in Vegas, we were promoting it.
So anyway, Leon, I want to share, I had with a triple header. I was on Alan's podcast, then Pathways to Patty. She had my interview in December, winter solstice, for the book Underwater Acts of Kindness, and talking about partnering you. That was uploaded on July 10th. That was Wednesday. And then I was also on Milwaukee radio show with Sue and Denise Vargas. So it was a triple header for me. getting the word out there. And yeah, so we're so grateful to have all this opportunity to be on the World of Ability and making this all happen.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good. No, like I said, we're really getting this bundle package together. You know, the private equity thing that should be happening at the end of July, which is great. Um, it's good that Michiko can finally come in from Japan and connect up with our people at the Hopi and Navajo, who we are giving this fundraiser for tomorrow. So to have Dr. Emoto, CEO, fly in from Japan and connect with us in Arizona and go to the reservation, and they're doing a big event for her. That's totally amazing. And that's why I said I want you to send that email out explaining that, what you had said earlier, so I can connect you up with the Dr. Emoto folks for this bundle package.
Well, we'll send a copy of the chapter of the book.
Yeah, but I mean, to talk about what you had just said about reading the Dr. Emoto, because Dr. Emoto have a kids version book out with messages of water.
Yeah, it's already written in the book. It's already
Yeah.
written in the book.
So to talk about that, I think it'll be great. And for you to actually start communicating with Michiko by you having an awesome book out and the Dr. Emoto book out, to combine those two, along with one of the CEOs of American Airlines, nonprofit airline ambassadors, just came out with a new book. It's on Amazon. You can Google it. It's called Wings of Love, about the humanitarian work that's done all over the world, what she has been doing. The Wings of Love book. So I think to bring all that together is going to be amazing.
And it seems pretty huge having Dr. Emoto come over all the way over from Japan.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? That'll be in October. Yeah, I wish I was there to meet her, but like I said, I'll be in Hawaii. Because when I found out, and they were like, "Well, you got to meet up." She was going to come to Seattle. We were going to meet up and then go to Arizona, but I'm actually in Hawaii during that time.
So here I can read. Oh, go on.
So then what would you be doing in Hawaii during that time?
A little business, little pleasure. So it's not doing any fundraising. It'll basically be a little business, little pleasure in Hawaii.
It's your birthday weekend.
And that birthday weekend too. That's why I say it'll be a little pleasure also.
Yeah, that's why I explained to Emily as a Happy Neighborhood Projects. Remember, we stayed at the Modern and we did the networking on that Friday when you came in. And we were also on a radio show too.
Yep, that's exactly right. So by being the birthday weekend, I had already planned it ahead of time. That's why I wasn't able to connect up with Michiko, because they were having problems flying for a while, and now that's lifted. I think they were the last one of the COVID thing that, were able to now fly, out of the country.
Okay, so here, Leon, if you would like to hear the chapter 3, Water is Life, I can quick read this to you. So Suzanne, and like I said, this needs more research, fact checking, and editing, but it's close to being done. I'm taking the rest of the day off. Happy 4th of July. Chapter 3, Water is Life. So the next morning, the children woke up to pitter patter of rain, gently tapping the roof and windows of their cabins. They headed first to the orchard to gather fruit, including papaya, banana, mango, coconut, guava, and ecoloa. After the tropical fruit salad for breakfast, they gathered again in the pavilion for day 2. I couldn't be more delighted with this rain because today we will learn more about Earth's hydraulic cycle. Camp director Greta Thunderbird announces as she's danced around the room. Now, Greta Thunderbird is a yellow puppet in honor of Greta Thunberg, a UK spectrum activist for climate change. So she goes, did you know that in the Hawaiian language, there are over 200 words for rain? Greta said, right now, rain we are receiving is called ki no. So that means fine light rain. Later, it might change to kiuluho, which will be even finer and lighter, something like a mist. Water is a gift from the universe, she said. Without it, there wouldn't be no life on our planet. Water takes care of us, and we must take care of it. Here to tell you all about how water works is our special guest teacher, Captain Leon McLaughlin of the Clean Water Foundation. Children, let's give him a warm aloha welcome. E como mai, Captain, they all said in unison. That means hello, welcome. Captain Leon was dressed just like a naval officer in an impressive blue suit with a yellow stripes on the cuffs. He stood tall with a big, beaming smile from ear to ear, and he began to tell them the astonishing and wonderful story of water. Did you know that water you drink, bathe, swim, is in millions and millions of years old? That's because since the beginning of time, there has always been the same amount of water circulating the planet. Because it travels and moves about on the planet, the water you drink today has been all over the world from Asia to South Africa, Europe, and Africa. That's pretty remarkable, isn't it? Captain Leon went on, and did you know that our bodies themselves are comprised of 60% of water? Water comes in many forms. It can be liquid such as ocean, lakes, rivers, and streams, or it can be solid such as glaciers, ice, and snow. Water can also be in the form of a vapor or steam. What state the water is in depends on where it is in the water cycle. There are 4 stages of the water cycle. Do any of you know what those are? Captain Leon asked. Kai raised his hand and said, Captain Leon, my name is Kai. Kai is the Hawaiian language means ocean. So I know when water from the ocean evaporates, excuse me, it makes rain. Excuse me. Right you are, Kai. Captain Leon said, sorry, I got a little, gotta take a drink here. Water constantly changes as it moves through the different stages and cycles, traveling into the sky in the form of vapor and coming down in the form of rain. Even I'm really sorry. Little piece of pepper. Evaporation. Are you there? Hello. Um, okay, good.
Is Marianne all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I think so.
That is brilliant. I think that is super brilliant.
Okay, so
Yeah, like I said, send me that chapter and I'll be going over that with everybody.
okay, so let me just finish up here.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Okay,
Yes,
so
I can.
evaporation happens when the sun heats up the water in a lake or an ocean, for example, that changes into a gas. Plants are also release water into the atmosphere through their leaves in a process called transpiration. When these water vapors and gases in the air get cold, they change back into a liquid form. Clouds in the process known as condensation. And when the clouds get heavy, they are filled up with moisture, so they produce rain, snow, sleet, hail, depending on how cold it is. And it's called precipitation. Since there is a finite, limited amount of water on our precious planet, it's important that we keep it clean and conserve it. Yes, does anyone know how we can do that? Nailani raised her hand. We have to conserve water at my house because we have a
you. I just got an important call.
You there, Leon?
Mariana, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Let me get back with you. I just got an important call from the private equity group.
Okay, that will be funding. I'll hold off on this story, but as you can see, we've been working really hard on this.
Hey,
And
and
Ian,
send me that also.
I will do that.
Okay, let me check this call and I'll be trying to join you guys back again. Hold on. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go off for a minute and come back because that's the private equity company. Okay, bye.
Money, money, money. So what do you think so far, Emily?
I think it's really good.
So what projects do you have this week, Emily?
Far as projects, so it's the same, usual things of our different podcasts. And, networking. And, meeting with different, for people with someone, so. And usual, nothing too out of the ordinary this next week, but it should be good. What kind of stuff do you have going on besides working more on your story? Looks like Leon's back here. Leon's back.
Yep.
Okay. Back to story time.
Yeah, that's a brilliant idea. Like I said, that is super brilliant. I
Let me
think
finish.
this is going to be a powerful bundle package. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Continue.
Neilani raised her hand. We have to conserve our water at our house because we have a big catchment tank in our backyard. When it rains, the tank fills up with water. She answered, so I take short showers and I never let any water run while I'm brushing my teeth. Bravo, Captain Leon responded. We must also keep our water clean. So after lunch, we will go to a field trip of the ocean shoreline where we'll be able to do a bit of cleanup. That afternoon, the children headed up to the beach to participate in an ocean cleanup project by picking up trash and debris. They were astonished to find just how much plastic was littering the shoreline, and they would filled many, many bags with opala, the Hawaiian word for trash. That night after dinner, Captain Leon reads the children a fascinating book called The Hidden Message in Water. It was written by Dr. Emoto, a Japanese scientist who spent many hours examining under a microscope the breathtaking and magnificent crystalline geometric patterns that make up the designs of patterns of water. He could see that the clean water had beautiful patterns, while patterns of polluted water were unsightly and ugly. That may seem to be expected, but what he learned next was truly astonishing. Dr. Emoto wanted to experiment further by taking on the water to see what the effects would be. At first, he said loving and kind words to the water, and he found the designs in the water were exquisitely beautiful in their expression. He even played soft and melodic music in his laboratory, which was pleasing to the water and created a more expression of beauty. Then he examined further by speaking to the water with harsh and unkind words and playing loud, abrasive music. The water designs turned out ugly and distorted, just like the structure of the polluted water. What does this tell us? Captain Leon asked. That we all should be nice to water, one of the children answers. Right, you are, said Captain Leon. And since we are made up of 60% water in our own bodies, we must always be loving and kind to ourselves, each other, and all of Earth as well, in order to create a beautiful and harmony everywhere we go. It was a full day, and the children were ready for bed. As they slept, they dream about the magic and wonder of water and of this world itself. Is that brilliant or what? Hello?
Yep, that is brilliant.
That is
Is
super
Leon?
brilliant. That is
Okay.
super. It's super brilliant. No, we're gonna roll with that because I think, like I said, by teaming up with Dr. Emoto, that's why I want you to meet him via email, Mariana, and we're gonna start putting your book, their book, as part of our bundle package, and that will be in all those coffee, water, and juice bars.
That's amazing.
It's totally amazing.
So we are moving
that's
forward and we are doing research, like Suzanne said, we put a lot of detail into it and it's educational and the experiments with Dr. Emoto is just amazing. So when you have your garden party patio party tomorrow, watch the water flow with the music, how the water crystals will brighten up when you play beautiful music.
Yeah, and I'm gonna also talk about um, this bundle package, which is great. With you and the Underwater Acts of Kindness, the Dr. Emoto connection. So I'm going to give a little speech talking about that, and is going to keep a lot of the audience on a stay tuned kind of feeling, which would bring that excitement to say we're coming out with the book. This is what we're doing. Stay tuned. So I think that's going to be great. Along with, we were just laughing because I booked The King and I with Hugh Brenner years ago. And one of the famous lines in that play, which was sold out every day when I did the settlement for the shows and booked them, was et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we're going to end the speech with having them stay tuned with et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Exactly. Well, you have a copy of the book. You can show the book down there and we'll get more copies of the books to you.
Yeah. Did you send me an electronic copy?
Well, I gave you a book many years ago. You still
Oh,
have the
you
book
mean
to
the
show
acts
that.
of kindness? Yeah, I have that, but I'm saying that chapter, what we were talking about.
Yeah, I will send it over to you. I'll get things
Yeah.
organized.
Yeah. And so send that and I will study that and I'm going to be talking about that. Yeah, I do have acts of kindness book. Yeah. I'll be talking about that also.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And remember, I got Water Flow to Well. And I think I'm going to
That's
take
right.
Water Flow with me.
You have to. She's got to be
Yeah.
going to all these events. She's got to be at all these events. We need to get her out there.
I'll be bringing Water Flow with me.
And we'll be changing the book cover, like I said, to a design of the shape of the island, the big island, with probably water, a volcano, lava, maybe fire and ice, Suzanne, so that it's geared towards that. The original one we had was just icebergs with the other characters, and we'll see how that we will be able to use them. And because some of the characters really don't live on the big island, but they have a good meeting and we'll see how that we can tie them in, especially if water flow, cruise to Antarctica and met Mr. Penmanship, the Emperor Penguin, who teaches us how to write letters. And so we're going to see how we're going to have to do this creative story. Because again, a lot of the characters in the Folk Manus catalog don't live on the Big Island. But we have the main ones for Greta Thunderbird, the yellow bird. We have Bia the Queen, which Lucy has a song called She Believes. We'll be introducing a slug for decomposition and Waterflow the whale. So we've got 4 leading characters so far into this book.
Yeah, that's the main thing. And we can really push that. Like I said, with that and the Dr. Emoto thing, I think we got a smash hit.
So thank you so much for your time here. We're wrapping up here. We had a great opportunity at the beginning of the show, Leon, to meet Dr. Sheila. And she was a teacher, a school teacher. She worked at universities. She wants to have a podcast with Emily. We need to get you on the show. We're going to be forwarding her our books as well. She was excited to learn more. And we had a great show today. So again, Emily, thank you so much. We were limited, Leon, because Emily's internet went out. She had to relocate to use her iPhone at a friend's house. Stuff happens like that. Shift happens. But we were able to have this. So again, Emily, you are the podcast engineer. Thank you, Transform You Media, Jay Stoyan. Again, Leon, I know you missed it, but Jay is making a commitment to be on Alan's Master Connector podcast in the beginning of the show for 5 minutes, talking about his projects, what he's done. He's worked with, interviewed many people, such as Oprah and other celebrities, and he's going to be working with Prince Harry. So we need to get these books out to Prince Harry and for him to read to his children as well. So books have gone to Reese Witherspoon actresses. They've gone out to a camp in Honolulu, Hawaii Kai. They've gone out to Santa Papa John, and they're going to, they went out to Diego, principal in Tucson, Arizona, who's going to be bringing the books to his school district. So we had a great, wonderful wrap-up week here of getting the Acts of Kindness series out. Again, if anybody wants to go to www.actsofkindnessseries.com, all classroom teachers can request copies of the books from donorschoose.org. And last year in Hawaii, Subaru Hawaii gave $25,000 to teachers requesting products. And in 2019, Good Morning America raised millions of dollars for Donors Choose. So we are shining the light. So all teachers just take 10 minutes to request the books for ocean cleanup, anti-bullying, climate change, sign language, social emotional learning curriculum, summer fun programs. You can visit YouTube, the Acts of Kindness series, and meet Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab, Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee, Chelsea, the courageous sign language chicken, and Greta Gobble on the golf course. So we have online courses here for everybody. So again, thank you so much, Emily and Leon, for your support this week. Looking forward to finding out more, and enjoy your garden party patio. Aloha and adios, amigos, of Marianne of Waikiki.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Emily. And I'll keep you guys updated on that party and what a super duper bundle package we're putting together. So take care, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great, great weekend.
Yeah, thank you, Marianne and Van, for joining us today, as well as Sheila and Barbara. And loved everybody on the shows. Again, we're here every Saturday, so I'd see everybody. So I guess until next time, have a safe and productive week, and stay happy.
Bye-bye.